Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Certo, dobbiamo fare tutta la strada.
Well, with only one last place to look.
Vabbè, il filmato ve lo faccio rivedere anche se avete già visto. Adesso dobbiamo batterla su.
There she is! Almadria!
But all alone? Watch yourselves. She's probably planning something.
I was getting rather tired of waiting around. Oh my, and I see you came along as well, Dan and Witch.
Almadria.
What's this? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of me. Go on, little one. Show me the full force of that hatred of yours. Otherwise, run and hide like a rat you are.
That's enough! How can you smile while causing pain to so many others?
That is the way of those who possess great power. The very way we Renans live by. Those with power set the example, and those without are forced to obey. Though you two seem to have forgotten that's the way these things work.
And you really think that justifies your actions? You turned all those people into a hollowed sea!
What foolishness. It's only natural that the fate of a slave differ from that of its owner. Very well, I admit I did fan the flames just a tad back in the ends. But it wouldn't have mattered in the slightest if there hadn't been a spark to ignite. Without it, my actions would have been fruitless. Ultimately, it was their very own burning hatred that laid them to waste. To say it was all my fault is simply laying blame at the wrong feet.
No one's perfect. We all have darkness in our hearts. But the atrocities that you've committed, they're unthinkable! Your heart is nothing but darkness!
What a fool! To think time and time again you would challenge Renan authority without so much as an inkling of how things actually work. Such ignorance is why your kind has been enslaved for 300 years.
Almadria.
Well, if it isn't Lord Dohalim.
These people are my allies and friends. I won't let you insult them so.
My, what a shock. I never would have expected you to claim mere slaves as your companions. If I didn't know any better, I would question your noble lineage. Oh, how far the mighty have fallen. A traitor such as yourself hardly deserves to be called a lord.
You are nothing compared to Dohalim.
Rinwell.
He would never stand by and laugh. His people hollowed!
Ha! What does it matter? You're descended from those who allowed the power and knowledge entrusted to them to wither away. Your pitiful family may have feared it, but I do not. That knowledge and power is all mine to command. And now, you will witness what that power's truly capable of! Mesmold!
Si è riuscita a ricordare.
Enjoy your meal! Such sad-eyed child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Love me. Every step brings you closer to being me!
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
What glimmers like?
Reiki Storm!
Take this! Be gone!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shell! Raging flame! Flew away!
I never miss!
Eagle assault! This one's all mine!
Lightning! Downfall! I'm out of ammo! Back into the fray!
Guardate su.
Dragon shell!
Eat this! Try harder!
Oh Lord.
For me, I can carve through walls!
Starlo giù. Via. Andate filata.
Thank you.
Andate.
I can't heal you forever. Searing flame!
The earth will all come pain.
Where are you going?
Demon breath! Try harder! Slap the shot!
Mega ray!
Hurricane surfing knuckle! Can't get out of this!
Ne duole.
Stay away from my friends! This one's all mine!
Cazzo play, devo salvare sto stronzo qua.
Eat dirt!
Ti attacco.
Let the marksman
Lunar Rondo! Soda! Take this!
Firmament Ranger!
Armor won't save you!
Far enough! Mega ray!
Soda!
Firmament Ranger!
Via.
Arrow squad! Cover the capture! Radiant Pierce!
Ragazzi, andate.
Radiant Pierce! I'm out! Back into the fray! Into the wind!
No.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Via. Adesso posso fare qualcosa per aumentare. Ecco, ora.
You'll pay for that!
No, quindi non ci vedo.
You're mine! It's on! Burn in hell!
Brimming with
Vedo che tiene la vita.
Not in your dreams! Lightning! Downfall! Lightning condemned!
Ecco via.
I was overconfident.
Che cazzo fai per fare così? Mi scarica, ma non c'è problema. Ricarichiamo immediatamente il controller. Un attimo solo, raga. Non ci credo.
Ready to go!
I'll smash you! Tear!
Ancora mi cazzo.
Raging cascade! Try and run!
Not now, not ever!
In here! I'll be saving this one! Big with darkness! Hear my call! Arch shield! Laser field! Here's evil! Brave Lancer! Pathetic! Photon flash! Raging cascade! Sleep now! More for the stockpile!
vai via. Bro. Adesso posso aumentarmi anche più cose.
This should do it! I'll smash you! Try harder!
Grazie.
Now or never!
Oh, porca puttana, state in mezzo. Non ci credo. Ah, dai, non ci credo.
Can't move!
Vabbè, ho capito.
Oh, you are gonna pay for that! Right! Ready, stand! Wretched fool! Try harder! Damn it, my turn! I'm just getting started! Explosive ray! Do it! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! Slaves!
Guardate, assolutamente
A new leaf.
They're attacking separately! I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her.
Bravo
take
di
a-
buttare giù. Non combattere.
The monster first.
Combattere.
She's no stranger to astral.
I can take care of that.
Yeah! Take it away!
Don't get in my way! Take with darkness!
Quando fai quello di buttare dai.
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Raging Cascade!
You will suffer.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! My astral energy!
Blow away! Demon!
Far enough. Behold my true power.
Oh, minchia, sono morta, non ci
Wits
credo.
about you people.
Faccio qualche cosa. Prendo. Ammazza.
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before
via,
impending
via, via, via.
calamity. Chaotic disaster.
This one's all mine!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now, you're mine! Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Ringwell.
Right. I still got vitamin. Yes.
No, cazzo.
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
Via.
Rip in hair!
Giù.
Hurricane thrust!
No more delaying.
Lunar Rondo!
Ancora mi do.
First aid!
Dai, perfetto.
Ready to go.
More where that came from! Air thrust!
Those are looking good!
Raga, colpitelo. Schivate. Via.
I'm on it! Lunarongo! Lunarongo! I'll smash you! Lunarongo! Hey, fool! I'll finish you current now!
Lightning orb!
Time to let it rip!
Oh, no.
Hurricane Thrust! Lunarongo! Coming through! Ha! No! Scarlet Inferno!
Ok. Un po' vita.
Burn in hell! Lunarongo! Swallow dance! Lunarongo!
Guardate.
Thank you.
Not now, not ever!
Healing art. I can't heal you forever. Power water. First aid. Chinese
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready.
Il tutto.
Art seal.
Blow away! Not today!
Living with hatred.
Hurricane Thrust!
Mamma mia, mi ha dato.
Dance in the wind. Be gone.
Stay away from my friend!
Cazzo.
This should do it!
No, non ci credo. No, mia, scarsi che siete.
I still got some fight left in me. Resuscitation. Raging storm. Here's a healing art.
Buttalo via.
Try and run. Light axe. Raging cascade. Sweet now. Water. Hear my call. Spread. Glacial spear.
Cercate di buttarla giù.
You'll pay for that!
No, chi è che ha buttato?
Lunarongo! Burn in hell! Lunarongo! I'll finish this here and now! Not done yet! Attack time! Try it! Harder!
I'm out of ammo!
Palle. Via. Ancora. Minchia se te sei scarso, bello.
Try harder!
Freezing storm! Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Radiant
Giù.
I never miss!
Lunarongo! They're attacking separately!
Via.
Hit on her!
Keep an eye on it. And take out the monster
Curatemi, dai,
first.
curatemi tu. Io non vedo niente.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
Chi è morto, mo? Oh madonna, sono
You can take care of that!
adesso ho qualcosa da
Yeah!
fare.
Take it away!
Vediamo se posso aumentarmi. Come si vede.
This should do it!
Art seal! Not on my watch! Glacial spear!
Eat this!
Raging storm!
Ragazzi, che mio tua sorella.
Wits about you, people!
I'll smash you! Luna Rondo!
Con la tua abilità.
I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
Blow away! Try this!
Explosive ring! Air thrust!
Blow away!
Magic power! Thunderblade!
Not today!
Eagle assault!
Last lift up!
Dragon ring! I never
Vai.
miss!
Last lift up!
No!
This should do it!
Here I come!
Andate dai raga, andate su! Andiamo! No cazzo di Buddha! No! Cazzo!
Raining slash! Is this it?
No!
Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil! Freeze lancer! I'll bring you back from death to bit.
Right!
Resuscitation! Graviton field!
Prepare to be sealed!
This one's mine! It's weakened!
This ends
Back
now!
from death to bit.
Luna Rondo!
I'll bring you back from death to bit.
Demon Plague! Blow away!
Resuscitation! Will this help? I still got some fight left in me.
Demon Plague!
Healing circle! Lightning raging
Grande, vai!
will suffer!
Mai!
Luna Rondo!
Fai due pezzi, vai, 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 vai! Vai! Vai raga! Mamma!
Not while I'm around, she isn't.
Buttalo giù, buttalo giù! No,
The
porca
winds
merda!
of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Via, 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 via!
Chaotic disaster!
This one's
So that's the
mine.
trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arts aren't so special. And now,
Vai!
you're mine!
You will!
Vai, vai raga! Appena attivata! Non prendi puttana! No!
Here!
I
No,
shall be the sovereign!
cazzo! Porca di la merda!
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Here goes! I'll heal you all!
I can carve through armor! Blow away!
Light astral energy! Healing circle!
Thank
Thank you.
Demon Plague!
Reload! Here, let me help. Ready to go! Here we go! You're mine!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Take this! Tear! Luna Rondo!
This one's mine!
Burn!
Here, let me help.
Vai, vai!
Annihilation!
Attack time!
Here goes!
Try harder!
Doppia schiata perfetta, tripla!
Now I'm real mad! No! Inspiration!
Vai, 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 vai!
Too much!
Guarda, vicino, vai!
You're mine! Prepare to be seized! Blow away! crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon! I'm
Here, let me help. First aid!
Io non tuo bello.
Raging captain! Primed and ready! Sealed!
Questo. Togliamo abbastanza. Sicuro lo voglio fare io.
Here, let me help.
Non continuare a sprecare adesso, sprecali dopo.
I really owe you one.
Here goes!
Blow away!
Far enough!
It's on! Pieces!
Raging cascade! In here! Healing circle!
Okay.
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready!
Il tutto tuo.
Lunar rump!
Mancato.
Energy!
I'll finish you here and
Dai,
now!
dai. Oh, vai, che cannonate.
Hurricane thrust!
Che cannonate. Oh, guarda come inizia vita. Via. Guarda. Dai, no. Vai.
Demon Fang!
Via. Adesso andiamo. Oh, adesso posso usare gli oggetti. Vediamo. Gli diamo questa che. Vabbè, vediamoci subito. Alza via.
Stay away from my friend!
Questa va via. Dai, signore. Ok, 97.000. Grande gatto. Grazie per aver. No, cazzo, proprio sei andato. Dai, via.
Ready to go!
No, ho sbagliato. No.
Where are you going?
Hurricane thrust! Hurricane charge! No, stay away! Armor won't save you! Do it!
Darling! This one's got your name on it!
Ashes to ashes! I'm on! Raining slash! Attack!
Facciamo il culo.
Separately! I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her
Carico solo che.
and take out the monster first.
Via. Carichiamoci.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah! Take it away!
Buttalo giù.
Is this it? In a bind?
Porca puttana.
Freezing storm!
Ragazzi, su.
This one's mine!
Lunar Rongo!
Sacred circuit! Searing flame!
You will suffer!
You! Stardust!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Ok, la maglietta.
Freezing storm! I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
You picked the wrong fight!
Luna
Rondo! Tear! Stunner! Luna Rondo!
Perfect knuckle! Mega ray!
Stunner! Hurricane Throw!
Lightning orb! Raging cascade! Glacial spear!
Now I'm
Fear
ready.
evil! Magic is there! Air closer! Take care of...
Oh cazzo. Ecco, io me l'è andata. Finita. Vai Bolin. Vai.
Try harder! Try harder!
Merda. Puttana. Adesso posso anche.
It's off!
Try and run.
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Try harder!
I never miss! Permanent splendor!
You picked the wrong fight! You'll pay for that!
Sleep now! Freeze Lancer! Freezing storm! Raging cascade!
Hurricane!
Lightning!
Oh cazzo.
I'll end this with my own hands!
Ok.
Here goes!
Vado via.
Not on my watch!
Here I come!
You will suffer.
Dai, dai.
Demon Fang! Raining Flash! Clear away!
Her master core.
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
Porca
This one's mine! Annihilation! Mega ray!
The winds of judgment blow your way. Fall before impending calamity. Chaotic disaster.
Now or never. So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special. And now, they're mine!
Eat dirt!
You will suffer.
I can't lose.
Try and run.
I was overconfident.
No.
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you! Raging cascade!
Hurricane
Tearing the pieces.
Hurricane Tear! Hurricane
Here goes! Not on my watch!
Plasma Shock!
Here, let me help!
Stardust!
Lightning orb!
Hurricane
I'm only getting
You're mine!
I shouldn't have messed with me!
You'll pay for that!
Ci credo.
Let me help! Here's the way! I'll be fading this way! Too much to handle? Water! Here's my prime lightning orb! Glacial spear! Where are you going?
Raining Flash!
Will this help?
Fool.
Hurricane Thrust!
Dance!
Raging cascade!
This one's all mine! Burn!
There! I'm only getting
Try harder!
Oh, you are gonna pay for that! Now you see what I can do!
Raining Flash!
I'll be saving this one!
Demon Fang! Thrust!
Forward that freeze lancer!
Rob's in pain.
Armor won't save you! Blooming with hatred.
Eat this! Freeze Blaster! This one's mine! Where are you going?
What's she doing now?
She's infusing her beast with more power.
Get ready! Why are you helping me?
What? I thought I was.
I'm not talking to you.
Then who?
Lightning condemned! Thunder blade!
Know your place.
I'm out of ammo! Annihilation! Divine strength! May a thousand gales tear you to
Hurricane thrust!
Gusty nails! I never miss!
Is this it? This should do it!
Here's the evil! Let astral energy blade
Now you see what I can do!
Try harder!
Freeze Blaster! Better! Dance in the wind! Here! Sweet now! I'm all stuffed up!
It's on!
Go!
Lunarongo!
Photon strike!
Know your
Forward
place.
enemy! Here goes! Cognizant!
I can handle it!
I never miss! Here's another! Zion is wasn't sweet! Terminal Alpha!
Attack
Go
time!
get him! Mega Ray!
Denied!
Hurricane thrust!
Mega Ray! Watch him! Arch tail! Confiscated!
This one's all mine!
Photon strike!
Soda! Small! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
You require a hand.
Eat this!
Hurricane thrust!
Primed and ready! Where are you going?
Soda! They're attacking separately! I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her! And take out the monster first!
She's no... stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that!
Yeah! Take it away!
Hear me! Flame of Fury! Water!
Try harder! Demon Fang! Raining Slash! Dark Wind! Demon Fang! Swallow Dance! Hurricane Thrust! Lunarongo! Here I come!
You will suffer!
Raining Slash! Start up!
Anything in order is all mine! Now you see what I can do!
I'm all stuck up!
Behold my true power!
Mega Ray!
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people!
Lunarongo!
I could do this all day!
Bring you back from death.
This should do it!
Resuscitation!
The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity!
Healing
Chaotic disaster!
Here I go!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms are
can't move! This should do it! Try harder!
Ready to go!
Try harder! Blew away!
The healing art! First aid!
Not done
Glacial
yet!
spear! Pierce the evil!
Burning splash! Take the hit!
I'll heal you
In a
all!
bind! Lunar Rongo! Hurricane thrust! Is this it?
Let the marksman handle this!
This should do it!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss! Resuscitation! Will this help? I still have the fight left in me! No more playing nice! Here
I come! Lunar Rongo!
Hear my call! Hit! Spread! Here the flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's evil! I'll bring you back... From death...
Not done yet!
I'll bring you back from death. I'll bring you back from death. I'll bring you back from death to
Hurricane thrust!
I'll bring you back from death to death.
Hurricane thrust! It's time! Try harder! I owe you all. Stay away from my friend!
Magic is damp. Sleep now. I'll be saving you.
Perfect knuckle!
Blow away!
Here goes.
Ready! Blast the shot! Lunar Rongo!
Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right. I still got fight in me yet.
This should do it! It's on! Not today!
Such sad eyes, child. Let me reunite you with your parents.
Shut up! I'm gonna take you down if it's the very last thing I do!
That's right. Loathe me. Every step brings you closer to being me.
You're wrong! You're wrong! I'm nothing like you!
I'll smash you!
Take
Oh,
it!
tornado!
No escape!
Here's a healing heart! Divine! I can't heal you forever!
Vediamo che vince il cubo.
No! Can't end here!
Let me help!
I'm such a failure.
There! Stay away from my friend!
Ma vuoi rendere il capo? Sei di merda, dai! Oh.
Not done
If
yet!
it's in the sky,
You're
it's
mine!
Hear me! Flame of fury! Burning strike! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Ready to go! In here! I'll be safe! Water! Hear my call! A whirling struggle! Glacial spear! Here's the evil! Freeze! Maybe this one! Not in your dreams! Stand in the wind! Air thrust! My astral energy! I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
This one's all mine!
Resuscitation!
Easter! Take the...
Dance in the wind!
Carve through armor! Lunar Rondo! Lunar Rondo! Do it!
Lost!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Demon Fang! They're attacking separately!
I can't land a hit on her!
Keep an eye on her, and take out the monster first.
She's no stranger to astral arts.
I can take care of that.
Yeah, take it away!
I have no limits! Not today!
I'll bring you back from
Blast shot!
Take this!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from
I can carve through armor!
I still got some fight left in me. Will this help?
Is this it?
No.
I owe you one.
Not on the field! Photon, lightning descent! Thunderbolt!
Try harder!
Healing circle!
Oh, brava.
Hurricane Thrust!
Ready to go!
Tear!
Can't
move!
This started! Where are you going?
This should do it!
Glimmer Dragon! Now I'm in the groove!
Here's a healing art! Here, let me help! Here's a healing art! Not on my watch!
Now you see what I can do!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Lunar
Rondo!
Glimmer Dragon!
Blast the shot!
Eagle Assault!
Try harder!
Radiant!
Try harder!
Eagle
There!
Assault!
In here! Stockpile!
By the power of water!
Burn! Soda! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Denied!
You paid for that!
Everyone still doing all right?
Never mind us. You worry about you, Rinwell.
Right! I still got vitamin E!
No.
What was I thinking?
It's too much!
Resuscitation! I still got some fight left in me! Healing circle!
If it's in the sky, it's mine. This one's mine.
Take it!
Here, let me help!
No further! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Thrust!
Ice tornado!
Go.
Law, you alright?
Yeah, I'll be okay.
I can handle it!
I've let you all down.
Not on my watch! Light!
I can't lose.
We
Will suffer. Behold my true power.
That looks bad.
Wits about you, people.
More with the stockpile! Here goes! More with that kid! Raging Goodwill! I'll never forgive you!
What?
I'll take you down! You don't scare me!
Go for it, Rinwell!
Hit her now!
You're
Spread! Radiant! Flame of fury!
In a vine?
Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
I'm ready!
Blast the shot!
Lightning orb! Dance in the
Not
wind!
today!
Suffer.
Soda! Lunar Rondo!
Master Core!
Not while I'm around, she isn't!
I'm all stocked up! Liberate! By the power of water! The winds of judgment blow your way! Fall before impending calamity! It's the chaotic disaster!
So that's the trick up her sleeve.
Your astral arms aren't so special.
No.
And now, you're mine!
You will suffer!
Try harder! Tear! Luna Rongo! Hurricane Thrust!
Behold my true power!
Hurricane Thrust!
Can't get out of this!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
Leave the chargers to me!
Stardust!
I'll end
Sì,
you!
cazzo!
Dead!
Muori!
Lightning big!
Oh. Oh.
You murdered my mother and father. But I'm not like you.
Written well.
Even now, I hate you. But here I am, unable to let go. Honestly, even if I took my hatred out on you here and now, it wouldn't make me feel any better in the long run. I realize that now. So, I won't kill you. I'll take you in, and make damn sure justice is served the right way.
You would dare mock me with your foolish, useless pity? A Danon, nothing more than a mere slave. I won't allow you to...
It's not about what you think. Or being Danon or Renan. Because you'll atone for the crimes you committed. And that's all.
It's that swordsman again!
Oh, Lord Volron, what brings you here? No, forgive me. I've forgotten myself. Please allow me to make it up to you, my lord.
Silence now, wretched snake. Does it hurt? It should. That pain is proof you're still alive. Enjoy it.
Volron. Years ago, the Lord of Ganeth-Haros met a sudden death. His successor was a man by that very name, Volron.
And like a restless lover, I've come back for more.
Stop right there!
Think you can cut me down? What?
Say something!
Che botta.
Let go of me! Let me go!
Gianna!
Alvin!
Come and find me, if you truly are the Sovereign.
Olè, fine della vendetta. Yeah. Soggetto sperimentale numero 1273. La cerimonia di canalizzazione spiritica avrà inizio a breve. Nel frattempo cerca di calmare la mente finché non riceverai ulteriori istruzioni.
After all this time, I'll be free from this hell. I can finally go home. I doubt I'll ever see this place again. Might as well walk the block once more for old time's sake.
Bruno torna a casa da tempo, così ho deciso di venire a trovarlo. Ma non mi lasciano passare, non è giusto. Spero finisca presto di lavorare, così potrò vederlo. Vabbè. Bel posticino questo. Sembra lo stesso laboratorio di Assassin's Creed 1, se ci fate caso, però ci manca una cosa, l'Animus. Un altro fallimento. Ricorda il numero 1273, tu sei il nostro unico successo, devi evitare a ogni costo che il nostro lavoro di ricerca vada in fumo. Grazie, lo sto già facendo. Un soggetto sperimentale da Hano, come un sovrano, Spero tu riesca a svolgere il tuo compito senza collare come gli altri, d'accordo? A giudicare dalle statistiche, il sesso biologico del soggetto ha un'incidenza pressoché nulla sulle probabilità di successo o fallimento. Bene, abbiamo parlato con tutti i nostri amici che sono andati qua. Non so chi abbia avuto l'idea di chiamarti sovrano, in fondo sei una banale cavia. Il tuo unico merito è la predisposizione fisica al tuo compito, i tuoi pensieri e sentimenti non ci interessano. Ah, tutto qui. Bella roba. Quindi se voi non vi interessa un cazzo, se me ne posso anche andare. Ok, non posso passare, quindi andiamo di qua. Vergine avrà un ruolo di supervisione, tu cerca di non distrarti durante la cerimonia. Non illudermi numero 1273 se ci tieni a tornare a casa. Va bene, non ti deluderò. Chiunque tu sia, cosa che vuole. E questo soggetto sperimentale, accidenti, sembrano di noi. All'esterno forse, all'interno è un barbaro come tutti gli altri. Spero tu non abbia dimenticato il mio avvertimento. No signora, mai toccare i soggetti sperimentali, giusto? Minchia quanto siete stronzi. Cioè, in più che ho salvato il culo di 5 reni, cazzo questo è il... No, dobbiamo attendere finché va bene. Quindi questo è tanto del pianetino. Hai capito? A essere sincero iniziavo a sudare freddo. Se tu non avessi funzionato come avremmo fatto. È la prima volta che riusciamo a mettere insieme un sovrano e una vergine pronti per la cerimonia del resto. No, pronti per la cerimonia del resto. Ma il fatto che tu sia ancora qui ha fugato ogni mio timore. Ah, non c'è neanche, non posso neanche più schiacciare i tasti. Bello. Va bene, torno in posizione. Dove andiamo adesso? Non puoi procedere oltre, va bene. Qui. Soggetto numero 273. Sei autorizzato ad accedere. Torna in posizione, attendi inizio della cerimonia. Va bene, torniamoci in posizione allora. Dobbiamo stare qui? No. Dobbiamo andare qui. Vediamo. Ah, sei tu numero 1273, dovrei chiamarti sovrano. Non puoi immaginare quanto tempo e fatica abbiamo dedicato alla tua creazione. Arrivati a questo punto non possiamo rischiare la tua incolumità. Quindi Alfen, secondo
As
questo è
usual,
un
nobody
robot.
wants to explain anything to me. They just
Come
threaten and
solito nessuno
harass
vuole
me
spiegarmi
instead.
nulla.
What does everyone think I am? Some
Cosa
sort of
credono che sia?
talking
Una specie di
pet?
animale da compagnia parlante?
They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards.
Sono stati
I
loro
shouldn't
a
have bothered
trascinarmi
coming
finché in
out.
fondo, bastardi.
Might as well
Sono
head back to
uscito
my
per
room.
nulla, tanto vale tornare al mio alloggio. Va bene. Il punto è dov'è l'alloggio? No. Non è qui. Faccio il guardiano. Non posso andare oltre qua. Ok. Chi siamo, Alfen? È giunto il momento dunque. Già, dobbiamo cambiarci d'abito, poi ci troveremo davanti al dispositivo di trasferimento. Quando sarà tutto finito potrai finalmente tornare a casa. È ciò che mi auguro. Mi piace averti coinvolto in tutto questo. Non è colpa tua. Risolviamo la questione e lasciamoci tutto alle spalle. D'accordo. Ma che diavolo? Che cazzo è sta roba?
I just wanted to go back
Volevo solo fare il ritorno.
to Dana,
A Dana,
to
alla
my
mia casa.
home.
Alfen.
Leori.
Ok.
No. Iori. No! Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that?
Che cos'è?
That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shion. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Iori. Shion. Damn it.
Blow away! It's on! Eat dirt! Plasma shock! Lunar Rondo! Here I come! I'm not put...
No, cazzo, non ho più.
Demon Fang! Blow away! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Hurricane Thrust! Here I come! Raining Slash! Blow away! Lunar Rondo! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're mine! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Lunar Rondo! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're mine! Here I come! Blow away! Try harder! This isn't looking good! Raining Slash! Blow away! Raining Slash! Demon Fang! This one's all mine! You picked the wrong fight! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Blow away! Ah!
Alvin?
Finwell.
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistleim. Kisara and La are already there.
Linwell, where are we?
Ganeth Harrows, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shion's close too, right?
Shion? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
You sense one of your pals, Hoodle?
Courteous, aren't you?
Not in your dreams!
Blast the shock!
Fake with darkness!
Strata!
Let us take to the fray!
Raging cascade! If it hides, dispatch it out of there! In here!
You're mine!
More with the stop!
Hurricane thrust!
Raging storm! More where that came from!
Take this!
Lightning again!
Blew away!
Magic is am!
Blew away!
Only land!
Shine! Radiant light! Force of regeneration!
Tear! Hurricane
Regenerate!
thrust!
Don't suffer in
Hurricane
silence.
thrust!
Gale force!
Here I come!
Dance in the wind!
Blast
In
the
here!
shock!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Bang!
Stalagmite!
Ah!
Ow!
Blew away!
Our arts are being interrupted.
Ah! You picked the wrong fight!
Arrow squall!
Blast the shock!
Begin!
Lunar Rondo! Hurricane
Shine!
thrust!
Radiant light!
Tear!
Force of
Take this!
regeneration!
Hurricane thrust!
Regenerate!
Hurricane thrust!
Don't suffer in silence.
Raging
Hurricane
storm!
thrust!
Blue light!
Catapult!
Raging cascade!
Shine! Radiant light!
Radiant
Full
light!
regeneration!
Blow away!
Regenerate!
I owe you one. Blow away!
Allow me to... Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
Speaking of Thistleum, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zeugles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the blazing sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the spirit channeling ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Xion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Xion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Xion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Xion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Xion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tale of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. Pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock. Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Dahnan, do you bear the same crest as the current Renin sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Dahnan for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renin, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renin. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
Ok, quindi dobbiamo parlare con tutti i nostri amici adesso.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
What will I even accomplish going alone?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time, you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going. What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis anyway?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
And I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh? Back to the inn, I guess.
Alphen! There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alvin, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! You can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
Going in!
Are those arms even that big?
Eat dirt!
Dragon down!
Too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
I'm not done! Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest. Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Stay away from my friend! Eat dirt!
Not on my watch!
We did it! Lunar Rondo! Hurricane Thrust!
Supernova! Rising Cascade!
Your armor won't save you!
Hurricane Thrust!
More for the stockpile!
Take this!
Blah, 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 magic!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
In here!
Hurricane Thrust!
No!
More for the
I
stockpile!
won't give in!
Soda! Lunar
Do this all
Rondo!
day!
Surface wall!
Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! I'm on a roll now!
Soda! Hurricane Thrust!
Glimmer flash!
Lightning raging cascade!
Death blossom!
In here!
Blow away!
More for the stockpile!
Soda! Hurricane Thrust!
Thunder field!
Plasma Shock!
Hurricane drop!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
Go.
We don't know what lies before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Gotta break through! Take this! Eat dirt!
Thanks so much!
Eat this! You're done! Big blast! Lunar Rondo!
If they rush you, you gotta
Your
jump
turn.
through, okay?
Lunar Rondo!
Eat this! You're done! Whirlwind smash! What is this?
Not in your dreams!
Hurricane
Whirlwind!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Citizen!
Not a chance!
Raging
Hurricane
Cascade!
Lunar Rondo!
Magic Field!
Hurricane Thrust!
I'll be
In a
saving
bind?
this one!
Stardust!
I'll run you
Lunar
through!
Rondo!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Now! Lunar Rondo!
Firmament Rumble!
Hurricane Thrust!
Arrows!
Does anyone else think this may be just a bit too tough for us?
Go no further!
Take this! You picked the wrong fight!
Dragon Shell!
Blast the shock! Hurricane Thrust!
Raging
Tear!
Storm!
I'll
Hurricane
take out
Thrust!
the legs with my sword.
Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're finished!
Armor won't save you!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! Keep charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Here I
Not
come!
on my watch!
I'm
Moving
rolling!
with 1,000 gales! Carry the train!
I really owe you one.
Burning Thrust!
Make it rain! Dragon! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
I feel sprightlier than before.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out!
You picked the wrong fight!
Illuminate the dark!
Hurricane Thrust!
I'm on a roll now!
Lunar Rongo!
Can't get out of bed!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara!
Hurricane Thrust! Tear! Hurricane Thrust!
This one's mine!
Attack time!
Tear! Lunar Rongo! Tear! Hurricane Thrust! You're finished!
Guardian Field!
I'm ready to fly! Lunar Rongo!
More with that!
Hurricane Thrust!
I'm on!
Hurricane Thrust!
Thunderblade! Blah blah blah! Holy Land!
Raining
Here
Blast!
goes! Confiscated!
You picked the
I'll
wrong
finish you
fight!
here and now!
Hurricane Thrust!
Thunder
Tear!
Field!
Hurricane Thrust!
Raging Cascade!
Tear!
Warrior! Wait! I'll be Tiger Blade!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I barely worked up a sweat.
What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you a million times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're finally getting somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings has never been my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will. Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
Bene signori, direi che per questa prima live è tutto, ci vediamo più tardi con l'altra parte di questo regno dove andremo a salvare Shion.